Sahana Sahana Sahaviryam Karvavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Good morning.
No, Vandana.
How are you?
I'm okay, Vandana. Still a little bit of difficulty in talking. Still, the blisters are, still there.
Were you doing that mouth ulcers ka soul step?
Yes, I'm doing.
What comes up when you're doing that? I mean,
Not able to comprehend. I mean, yesterday it was a little better. Today again, it is थोड़ा फिर से aggravate हुआ आज फिर से.
no, because when you're doing soul simple, you also got to see what's coming up when you're doing it. Like, when you're doing each statement, are any thoughts coming up, or any memories coming up, or any emotions coming up, any image, anything. And then as you keep kind of, you get into the practice of, okay, with every statement that I'm saying, what is coming up in my body, any physical sensation. And then you start addressing that too. Till you go to a space of, okay, now my entire body feels like, not necessarily, of course, if it's ulcers, like within an hour, it won't go away. But if you, while you're doing your statements, keep noticing what are my physical sensations, what are the emotions that are coming up, what are the thoughts that are coming up, any metaphors that are coming up, and then start following that trail and addressing that also. That will be one of the ways you can, figure out where is the root cause. Because Soul Simple is all about getting deeper insights about why something is happening in your reality or your body, or overall, even in the macro space in the universe, basically.
Yeah,
So that
Vandana,
is
probably. Yeah, I'll talk to you one-on-one probably about it.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, dear.
And yeah, so I joined this face yoga class day before. So I've been doing yesterday and day before I did that today also. It's just a 5-day course. Basically, you get to know some 32 different face yoga exercises, and then you can choose to practice every day. So it's for me. I mean, basically, anything new is fun. I enjoy continuously learning something or the other. So yeah, I'm truly enjoying that bit. And
You said face yoga.
face yoga. Yeah.
Okay.
It's only exercises of the face.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm learning it from some thing called Sarva Yoga Studios. Yoga Studio. studios.
Can you send the details, please?
I found it on Instagram. I don't have any link to it.
Okay.
Use on Instagram, search Sarva, SARVA Yoga Studios, and
Okay.
its co-founder is Malaika Arora, and there's this guy called Sarvesh, जिसके नाम से वो सर्वा है, basically. So he's a 29-year-old guy who started yoga at 6. So he's been doing it for 23 years now. He's brilliant. And then there's another girl, Mansi, who basically teaches the face yoga. So she's brilliant. I mean, the way she's teaching and everything, it's fun. I'm enjoying that whole thing. And because it's 5 days, and then later on you will get the videos and stuff, so you can later practice also on your own. And it is just like $500, like nothing. So I was like, you know, I saw it on some ad of Instagram, and I just felt light. I usually, of course, there are so many ads that keep coming on Instagram or social media and other things, but I always follow the energy of something. And what is following the energy? Like, what makes your body feel lighter when you think of doing it, right? I was thinking of doing like a proper yoga class and everything, but I was just like all the time thinking that no, I don't. I want to do it only on site because I don't enjoy online. Dekh ke, exercise. And then I did also. I mean, with Asta Gulati, I did radical yoga last year, and twice I did 21 days. It was very good, very beneficial, and because it's radical yoga, so along with yoga there was affirmations and everything. So I was enjoying that to the core because I love radical and I love the way Astha conducts it also. Astha Gulati from Bangalore. So she does dance classes, she does a lot of body movement stuff. So when I was doing that, of course, my body was very much in shape, and a lot of things were like very good. Then again, now I've gained a lot of weight. But for me, gaining weight is never I don't look at it as a problem. I just look at it as some symptom that my body is telling me something, and I start working on it. And then physical movement is a little bit of a challenge for me because I'm not very thing about I can walk and all a lot, but I'm not like this very exercise person. But when I learned chakra exercises with Atman long back into 2012, that time I did for 2 years every day the chakra exercises, and those used to be like brilliant, like really brilliant. That though I think I can even, or maybe you can go to Asa Gulati's page and see. She teaches it like in a way of a movement, like it's like a dance movement and stuff like that. It's brilliant. So Astha Gulati is also a radical facilitator, and yeah, so she's very good. So yeah, that time, those days when I used to do these chakra exercises and everything regularly, lot of your thoughts are generally balanced. What I recognize and I acknowledge is working on one aspect is not the key. Working. I mean, there are people who will do only yoga, but they won't do mind work. I mean, they won't work on their emotions and mind and everything. There are people who will only do dhyan, meditation, and then neither mind nor body work. Okay. And there are people who only do mind work and no body work at all. So for me, it is like, in between. I'm also less of a body work, but at least I do my body touch definitely because that is also body work. Body work is not only exercises. Body work is also being able to touch your entire body every day and at least express your gratitude to every part of your body. It takes like a 20 minutes only. If we can take out 20 minutes for our bodies, the bodies feel very happy. And then naturally, when we do these things, naturally your body feels so energetic, and your communication with your body. For me, all that is a byproduct of Vipassana, Rajiv Sir's core somatic integration, chakra exercises. So I'm not a person who can do, for example, I learned chakra exercises 2012. I'm not doing it for like 10 years now, 9 years. I like variety, humanoid. Like, I can't do one thing forever. I myself get bored of myself. Forget other people. So I have to like do something new, exciting and all that. Now after this 5 day course, they are announcing a 14-day course, and I'm like, 14 days, do I want to do it? It's going to be like too much. And then I'll be like, 5 days enough. The thing is, now I don't make myself wrong for it. All my life, everybody used to tell you're not consistent at anything. You're not consistent. वो नहीं है, consistency नहीं है, consistency नहीं है. जो कि नहीं थी. This 1 month has fucking brought a lot of consistency in my life. I've never been this consistent in my entire life.
गुड मॉर्निंग वंदना. आज एक बात पे और आपने मुझे पकड़ा.
Consistency.
मेरी भी ये यस. आई ऑलवेज यूज्ड टू से कि मेरी कमिटमेंट ही नहीं है किसी चीज में. मैं इधर से उधर भटकती रहती हूँ.
So, but
it's okay.
all those who wander are not lost.
Yeah, and you make me feel that it's okay. There's nothing wrong, there's no wrongness attached to it.
No, it's actually fun, right? Because you get to learn so many new things if you're not consistent at one thing.
I want to receive so much more and more.
Yeah.
And I'm open to it, but that made me, the lacking part was the commitment. And that's what the topic is today.
Yeah, I mean, I don't decide topics, but then I just say what I do. So yesterday, when I was doing this facing, it was, for me, every time learning something new is so exciting. It's so exciting. I think I thrive on learning. Learning new things. Like, it can be the smallest of the things from some book, or it can be like a quote from a book, which just makes me happy. Or it can be like exercises, this, that, yoga. I keep watching a lot of yoga videos and stuff, dance videos.
I'm enjoying clicking pictures nowadays. I've learned this mobile photography.
Yeah.
And I'm just enjoying looking naked.
In fact, in my case, the others has happened. I used to click so many photographs when I was traveling all the time. Because all the time I was traveling, and everywhere I go, I'll find something beautiful. While being on the train or bus or flight, or, going to some natural place and everything. So I used to click a lot of photographs. Of late, I haven't been clicking any photographs. Maybe 1 or 2 in a day. Otherwise, I was obsessed, kind of. And then it's like everything has its own, what do you call that, beauty and brilliance in doing something and not doing something both, right? When I'm clicking, I remember somebody telling me, oh, you're just bothered about clicking photographs, you're not enjoying the place. But for me, that was enjoyment at that time. Okay. And like music, when I went to a trek, when I was doing my NLP workshop, I put on music after some time on the mountains, and then my trainer just shouted, she said, stop the music. Why aren't you listening to the sound of nature? Why are we here on a trek? Is it, you can hear music at your house also, like that. And that made a lot of sense at that time to me. That, yeah, wow, why, when I'm on the mountain, why have I put on music? Why can't I just be and listen, experience the breeze, experience the sound of the leaves rustling, and the birds and all of that. So sometimes some people say just stay with you. Like, and after that, whenever I would go to a place of nature, I would click pictures because I like to click pictures. That's my fun thing. But then after that, I would make sure that I will sit there and just be and enjoy that whole, scenario. Like for example, today this that I'm wearing, I got it from Rishikesh. There's there's a pajama I'm wearing in this kurta. Like I like all these, cotton clothes and $200. So I would just go and like, हाँ यार ये अच्छा है, 4-5 कपड़े खरीद लो, 1000 रुपए में काम खत्म. And I don't think I've worn anything more comfortable than this in my life. It's so damn comfortable. It's like, it's like this. Okay. So for me, I don't wear clothes for styling myself. I wear it for my comfort. Okay. For me, okay, this is comfortable. I'm at home. I'm really feeling comfortable. And sometimes I would go out also in the same clothes. I wouldn't care, like, does this gel with the people around or not. But I remember when you're comfortable in your skin, right? You are very naturally very attractive. It's not about the color of your skin. It's not about whether you have gorgeous hair or not. It's not about whether you're in best shape in the physical body or not. All that becomes a byproduct of being comfortable in your skin. And that I realized that when you start loving yourself so much, you like to do things for your body. I cannot do anything forcibly. Okay. I'm not a person whom you can force and say, do this exercise. I'll say, I'll just do this. Nahi karna hai. Because being this rebel kid always, anything anybody says, I have to do the ulta only. It was always like that. If it was so much in my space, as a teenager though, if anybody tells me sit, I will stand up for the heck of it, even if I don't want to stand. I was that big a rebel. And for whatever reasons, I mean, why there was so much anger and so much rebellion, maybe, I mean, I can now blame it on inner child and dysfunctionality, blah, 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 everything. I can see the stark difference when having healed those parts and those aspects, and the way now I look at life and the way I look at myself and I look at my parents and look at my entire family lineage also. Yeah, that day I was doing a journey because it's my family, my nephew's in the hospital, and he's the first in our next generation, among all my cousins. We are like 8 brothers and 5 sisters. In my father's including all brothers of my father. So he is the first child of the next generation. So obviously he's very, very loved. Okay. And we all love him so much that it's kind of shook everybody, him being in the hospital, and specifically with all of this paranoia going on about what if, right? Anyways, so I've been doing my bit. I made my family members do group souls temple. I did shamanic journeys. And because I had a clue that healing with the mother is important, I did mother and son healing. So all of that I'm doing through shamanism, through Souls Temple, and I'm doing my Path Puja, I'm doing everything so that my thoughts don't go astray. Till yesterday, I was extremely concerned, but today I'm not. Yesterday, when I did this space, now this is, this is not premonition, this is being so aware. I told Smriti, let's do a space clearing class. At that time, my son, I would say, my nephew was not in the hospital. But I told her, like, let us do a class on 25th. What did I know then? That on 25th, there is so much entities in the hospital that he is in that need to be cleared. And then that class was done. And now, when you're living in the present moment, you don't have to predict future. You just know what needs to be done prior to anything, even foreseeing the future. You're just on your in when you're in the here and the now. I acknowledge I'm so much aware nowadays. It's it's uncomfortable at times, and it's mind blowing at times, right? Yesterday, I told Smriti, I didn't have any idea. I just thought I'm telling it for the people because nowadays people are dying and so much entities are, not cremated properly, blah, blah, blah. Bodies are not cremated properly. So I just said, I told Smriti, probably, it'll be nice if we do a class on 25th. She said, yeah, let's do it. And the good thing or bad thing, whatever, nobody signed up from my groups. And then somebody else hosted the same class. And she got participants from there. But still, Smriti's generosity. She said that, Bandhana, but you told me to do the class and so many participants showed up. And so I would like you to participate in it. You don't need to pay. I'm a little hesitant to do any classes without paying. But then, it depends on how the other person says whatever they say. She said it. I mean, she's before also I've hosted her. So when I'm hosting, of course, I know I get the class free and other things. But like if you don't get participants and then what and stuff like that. But then she just said that, Pandra, you told me to do the class on this date and so many participants showed up. So basically she's acknowledging even my intention that class would contribute. And she just rewarded me that. And of course, me and she have become very close friends also. I mean, it's not just anymore like a colleague who's doing classes, or she always would talk about my soul's temple to people, and I would always talk about her work to other people. Because she's simple, she's authentic. She's just authentic. And I find her beautiful and amazing. Not just externally beautiful, but internally she's beautiful. She always wishes well for everybody in her life, and that's brilliant. And then she has learned in her own way how to stand up for herself, and she talks about it very openly. And her whole thing is of empowering people and being empowered, like in true sense, and that I really love about her. So Smriti, when I did Business Done Different with her, that was when she identified in the class that, Pandana, you must do surrogate healing or clearing. Somewhere I feel you're a surrogate healer. I mean, you take on people's pains in the bodies and then you heal them. And then there's a whole conversation about surrogate healing. Then she specifically, even though it's not a part of Business Done Different, she gave me that clearing and she said, do this clearing every day. I did it for like 6 months every day because it was so difficult for me to see. It is still very difficult for me to see people in pain. Like this morning on my Access Bars group, I actually had to tell somebody that please don't give a description of the person who's unwell. Because when you give the description, I can start seeing that and it does something to my body. Now, what do you do with this much sensitivity? I mean, can you stop functioning? Can you stop going out? Can you stop meeting people? You can't. Yeah, I can avoid. But yet, it's not like I really can't, if I see someone in pain, that visual stays in my head for a very long time. And then it keeps haunting me. Now, that's the way my brain functions. And it's it's like this whole, everything comes, in visuals. And so these dreams and other things. So because I thought about my nephew and slept the other day, I literally went off to that hospital, and, like in my dreams, and now I can see everything what's going on and all of that. So that is kind of having the capacity to become that. It's good and it's bad both. Good in a way because I get so much information that healing becomes easy for me. I know what to do, what to heal. Bad because, of course, it takes a toll on my body. Uh, However, what I acknowledge that after doing a lot of these clearings in surrogate clearing and a lot of other clearings that I've been doing, empath, working on high degree empath and everything, now I'm pretty much, you know, distant, I would say. I mean, I know where not to get involved. I know what to avoid, not what not to get into. I can, uh, I say no. When I'm uncomfortable, I'll say, please don't talk like this or please don't do this. So now these are the things which I've learned through my work and through uh, the way things were inside of me. And this is in my body, it can be in a higher degree, maybe because whatever, I mean, not blaming it to autism or anything, but yeah, I know that my brain doesn't function like everybody's does. I have dreams, endless dreams, the whole night, and even when I wake up, like sometimes it's like I'm still in that, like that. Okay, so that all that is like my daily life from childhood. It's not like now. Yesterday I was thinking on that. How did I manage when my children were small and when I was at home? Abhi, I can talk about healing and other things, but that time though I was not doing any healing. But I remember every day, like my husband used to push me, get up. It's this much time, and I'll be, हाँ मेरे को सपना आ रहा था कुछ, and I'll be, हाँ हो गया जाओ, get up and do your work. So I had this like a figure who would be like, don't give so much significance to it, just get up and do your work. Like, so that is how it would dissipate. It's because a childlike attitude. If anybody tells anything, okay, immediately listen, fine, like that. So yeah, so all of that kept me quiet, fine, all through my life, doing physical activities. And because in my in-laws house, obviously I had a lot of physical work. So that much physical work would keep the hyperactivity of the mind completely subdued. Your mind won't be hyperactive when you're physically active. Okay, hyperactivity of the mind is only and only when your body is not physically active. And one of my Souls Temple, Chakra Souls Temple in Bombay, I realized somebody was my demo. He said I overthink and all of that we were talking. And then I realized in that Souls Temple that when children are hyperactive, like how I was hyperactive as a kid, running here and there and this and that, climbing trees and jumping and we used to even climb pipes. Like, can you imagine? Me and my brother, we used to climb the pipes outside the building and go to the terrace through the pipes. Like that level of hyperactivity. So when the children who are hyperactive, and when they are told to curb that, the body hyperactivity, they become hyperactive in the mind.
Vandana, this is what is happening in my space right now. My younger one, she's truly hyperactive. मतलब हम उसको टार्जन बोलते हैं घर में.
Yeah.
मतलब she would tie a rope in the house and she started climbing up. She climbed up on the walls like a spider.
I used to do all of that, like all of that.
Okay, and now because of pandemic, she's not able to go out and do so much of outdoor activity as she used to go. Like even school is curbed, meeting friends, all that is curbed. I can see that the irritation is coming in the mind constantly. She's yelling, she's screaming, she's
It
told
will
to sit
come.
down.
It is very natural. Matlab, it's not her fault only. The energy has to be channelized because there's so much energy. And then when the mind is hyperactive, what will it do? It will perceive all the entire world's energies, and if there's sadness, it'll perceive sadness. If it's irritation, it's irritation. So it's not even the person's irritation, it's her ability to perceive so much.
So right now, I mean, even if I put on music, okay, let's dance, I'll put on whatever I can do at home, like play board games or do some activities, but it's uncontrollable right now. It's completely
So
uncontrollable.
you have to like take her out to the park, maybe when nobody is around, and like sometimes just go and do something
Like,
outside.
like little things like she enjoys playing with dogs.
Yeah,
She just loves
same
dogs.
here.
But right now, I'm not able to. We used to go for dog walk every day. I should take her. She would pet at least 20 dogs of the apartment. She'll come back home happy. But
Absolutely.
right now, I'm not able to do that.
No, you can take her to the terrace if you have a terrace, and
No, we don't have. We're living in an apartment, so we don't have the luxury of,
yeah, but then something is kind of important, something exciting which excites her, because what this I know, because I used to function like that, and I know that I wouldn't like anything that I don't want to do. You can't compel me to do something.
Yes, yes,
You like दुनिया इधर की उधर हो जाए, if you're trying to force anything on me, like, boss, I'll be the most arrogant kid, like I'll not do. You tell me. But I used to cycle so much, and as I grew up as a teenager, then I used to take my cycle and I'd go round and round and round. To if I'm
We
angry,
used to cycle, Bandana. She used to cycle like 10 kilometers a day. But right now, because we had around 60 cases in our apartment, and they completely put our containment zone, so we couldn't. Kids were not allowed outside. So I wasn't able to do anything. Even right now, they're like 26 cases, and they're not allowing the kids to be outside.
then I would say scribbling, and then what do you call that? Punching, having something, a pillow and something like punching, all of that. That would be,
Little thing. Yesterday, I got a balloon. I said, "Isko upar, kind of just keep on throwing it in the air and keep ensuring that it doesn't come down. So at least she will be focused on something, and she'll also be jumping around with the new
yeah,
thing.
some fun activity is
Yeah, so
kind of important.
I'm doing all that, but I mean, there's a limitation for me also to, I can see she's getting so mad. Even if I tell her that, get me a glass of water, she was like, why should I get it? Why don't you go and get it yourself? I'll try. The other day, I woke her up a little early. I said, okay, let's chop vegetables. So I thought at least she'll keep on doing some physical activity. Let's wash the dishes. Let's do this. Abhi to she's like literally, like जैसे आप बोलो ना rebel. Like, why should I do that? I won't do it.
I don't know if nowadays आजकल मिलते कि नहीं मिलते, उस जमाने में एक लट्टू होता था. You tie it with a rope and then you pull and it'll these are like very beautiful activities. I mean, for children.
Yeah, yeah.
We used to do a lot of these things. Play things, right?
No, like I put a monkey bar for her. Hours and hours she'll be in a monkey bar, jumping, catching hold of that rod. Then she's tied a chimney like a dupatta with the monkey bar, and she will swing on it like a Tarzan. She will swing on it on the dupatta, and she's so happy doing just that. But engaging her for the entire day, definitely. Dance class she joined. She joined Bharatanatyam classes, and then she left it because the teacher was strict about the regime, about the dress you wear. She said, "I
Correct.
will not do it." She left it.
Same here. I joined music classes, and then when it became like a
Yeah.
routine, right? I was like, I can't do this. My music teacher would come and I would run and hide somewhere in the house. As
Then
a
I made
kid,
her join some art classes
Yeah.
because I thought, she thoda calm ho jayegi. Art karegi thoda, she'll express her thoughts, she'll be expressive. Let her join art classes. This teacher was again strict about kaise pencil pakadna hai, kaise karna hai. She's like, mujhe nahi karna hai. She left that also. Then I made her
No
join.
structures. No structures.
Then I made her join soccer classes. I thought, okay, physical activity होगा, थोड़ा energy निकलेगा, तो इतना धमाल नहीं होगा. She joined 5 of them. She said, मुझे ये भी नहीं करना. So I mean, I am also
Yeah.
Just reminds me of me as a kid. Oh God.
I will try find out a good
Yeah.
plan now. The thing also has, you know,
You can engage her with me for an hour in a day.
tell me when, you know, I will
Me,
pay you for this.
me and she both will enjoy.
Okay, she loves nature, so I put a lot of plants. I say, what are the plants? 4 दिन किया उसके बाद बोलती है मुझे plant में water नहीं करना. So all she will do is like she we had a rope, so she tied a bag with a rope, and she will hang them down of the from the balcony. Any dog will come, she would want to play tug of war with the dog. That was a good time pass for like some time. One day the dog just pulled up the bag and ran away with the tug of rope, and now that is also gone. then then she found a like a digital thermometer from which that pointer comes out. No, she'll point at all the dogs, and the dog will try to catch that point, and she'll keep moving it from the balcony. She used to spend that time for like time. So all this innovation goes on every single day. How how she will engage herself in a very new way.
Sanju, it's enhancing your creativity.
Yes.
I don't know, but it is enhancing. But at one point in time, I'm also tired now. After year and a half, I'm at loss of.
The ability to deal.
Initially, it was fine. I would give her, all the windows to wash and mirrors to clean. But now she's like, I don't want to do it. You do it yourself. I will not do all this.
God, yeah, I know. I know how it is. Like,
I would love to make a dream catcher for her, your little one. I'm so getting fond of her. I
Please,
did
Kiran,
one yesterday and I'll show it to
Kiran,
you.
tell me when I'll grab the opportunity.
Yes, I will. I will show you. Yesterday, me and my grown-up daughter, she was at home for no reason, and then she's saying, "I want to do something different."
you're muted.
So open
Yeah.
invitation. Anybody who wants to invite.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, yeah. All right. We'll see to it. We'll see find something for her.
No, but see, this is what it is. How many people laughed? Like, that is the energy that the children be. That everybody starts laughing. I mean, I know it is tiresome for the mother. So, but then yes, I think it's fun. As long as it's not your kid. My daughter would tell me as a not like a kid when she was a teenager, she'd be like, मेरे को ना बच्चे अच्छे लगते हैं बट जब तक वो दूसरे के हो वो थोड़े दिन के लिए ही अच्छे लगते हैं थोड़ी देर आए खेले और चले जाए दिन भर में बच्चे हैंडल नहीं कर सकती बहुत इरिटेटिंग होते हैं बच्चे
Oh, goodness.
That was her constant dialogue. अरे तू इतना क्या चिढ़ती है? मम्मा यार आप में बहुत पेशेंस है, आपको बच्चे बहुत पसंद है, आपको बहुत डील करना आता है, बट मेरे को नहीं चाहिए बच्चे. And especially if some friend's kid comes home and if they touch her teddy bears and if I tell हाँ कोई बात नहीं खेलने दो उसको, she'll be like after that kid goes she'll be like, आपको इतना क्या प्यार आता है दूसरों के बच्चों पे, मेरे टेडी बेयर्स क्यों आप किसी को दे सकते हो? कि कौन आपको राइट दिया है? मैं बता रही हूँ अगली बार ये बच्चा आए और मेरी टेडी को छुआ ना तो देख लेना आप, अच्छा नहीं होगा.
She never gets up so early. अपना बात सुन के अभी उठ गई है and she's telling why are you talking about me?
Tell everybody's talking about their daughters. and we love our daughters. So yeah, man. It's so much fun sometimes. And when they grow up, right? Like now, my daughter is in Goa. Like March se, I haven't met her. Yesterday, after a very long time, I spoke to her for 1 hour. 1.5 hours. We लड़ भी लिए, रो भी लिए, हंस भी लिए, चिल्ला भी लिए. Sara, what we would do in an entire day's course, we did it in 1 hour. And last में हम लोग हंस रहे ना. मैं बोली हाँ इतना बहस करने की क्या जरूरत थी तेरे को. हाँ तो आप भी तो बहस कर रहे थे. आप कौन सा शांति से बैठे हो. आप कौन सा ये सोच रहे हो कि 1 महीने के बाद मेरी बात हो रही है तो मैं ढंग से बात करूँ.
I'll show you something what she.
Oh,
drew
that's so beautiful, Kiran.
I'll show you something. This is what she drew yesterday.
Sanju, tell her this is for her.
Wow, that's so beautiful.
Wow, this is lovely.
Yeah, this is what I keep doing.
बैठे बैठे उसको गिफ्ट मिल रहा है. Now that is humanoid.
I know. I wish I could reach it to her right away.
Lovely,
I'm
lovely.
sure it'll reach her.
Oh,
So
that.
give it to her
yeah.
from me.
I
I'll
get
take one and send it to her also.
Please teach her so at least 1 hour will be gone.
Yeah, yeah. So I'll try and make some for her.
Yes.
Done.
It's
See what she
lovely.
drew yesterday.
I
She drew
saw
a
it.
Wow.
monochromatic painting, so it's all of blue color.
Yeah.
So that's the sky on the top, which is dark, which is about to rain.
Yeah.
This is River Ganga down, and these are the diyas which are floating during the
In the
Aarti
Ganga.
time.
Huh.
Yeah, so this
I
is
get
what she drew yesterday.
Right.
So she remembered that last to last, because last year we could not go, it was lockdown. Last to last year, we had gone with her grandparents to Haridwar. And that is the view of Ganga that she remembers the most when the diyas were floating in the river. So she drew that in a monochromatic painting.
So this is another common thing between me and her. I was since yesterday I've been thinking of Rishikesh and the Ganga Aarti. I'm like, yeah, Rishikesh जाना. बहुत हो गया अब गंगा किनारे जाके बैठना.
Beautiful, beautiful. Maybe I'll you.
No, seriously, Rishikesh is. I find the river bank of Ganga at Rishikesh during that Ganga Aarti the most fascinating place in the world. Like for me, I don't have any fascination of going to Switzerland or something like that.
एक्सक्यूज मी मैम.
Yes.
मैम कल मैंने पता है अपने हस्बैंड से बोला कि मैं ऋषिकेश जा रही हूँ अगले महीने. मतलब ऐसे ही बोला. पता नहीं क्यों. देखो इतना मिल रहा है सबका.
Who does this belong to करना चाहिए?
मैम पता नहीं क्यों बोला मैंने. मुझे भी मन कर रहा है
It's good.
ऋषिकेश जाने
It's good
का.
now. It belongs to everybody. And it's coming to us.
So yeah, I mean, it is Rishikesh is a beautiful place to go and stay. Like go and stay. I don't go there for just like 1 day, 2 day. I go for 10 days, and I just stay in some ashram and like I'll be every day. I'll just come and sit at the banks.
Yeah. We've been staying in Parmarth forever. We go very often. And my daughter told us to go every month to. And Parmarth is the place. Where Aarti happens. Aarti happens there.
I know. It's a.
मैम वो हमारे पास में ही है. हम तो बचपन से मैं बहुत जाती थी वहाँ पे. मतलब हरिद्वार, ऋषिकेश.
Okay. So it is, yeah. I mean, some places are so beautiful that they just call you. Like you can connect. Your soul connects to those places. It's that soulful and so wholesome. Like one of the Ganga Aartis that I was there, I was like 200 people and that orchestra and the Aarti going on and then it started drizzling. And I was sitting at the footsteps of the Ganga, like literally my feet were in the water and that Shiva there. And it was like, it's just mesmerizing sometimes. It's awesome. And
my cousins, they stay in Rishikesh.
Oh, wow. Lucky.
And every time they come to Delhi, they say, how lucky you are. तुम लोग कितने lucky हो यार, तुम दिल्ली में रहते हो. And every time we say, यार तुम कितने लकी हो, तुम ऋषिकेश में रहते हो, तुम्हें पता नहीं तुम स्वर्ग में रहते हो. कितना सब बेकार की बातें हैं. It happens, you know. मुझे ये फीलिंग आती है जिसके पास जो है उसको वो नहीं समझ आता है. मतलब हम every time we people we just feel कि यार हम ऋषिकेश चले जाएं, because वहां पे जो शाम को आप गंगा पे जाके अगर आप बैठ जाते हो तो आपको टाइम का पता ही नहीं लगता कि
Absolutely.
2 घंटे हो गए, 3 घंटे हो गए. और वो जो वहाँ की आरती है, इट्स ऑसम.
It is. It is extremely like the most
और वो
brilliant thing.
एंड यू नो वो लोग कहते हैं हम तुम्हारे साथ ही आते हैं, हम रोज नहीं आते.
Yeah, but that is true because every day when you're at a place, you forget to, like, it becomes mechanical after some time, right?
Enjoy the beauty of
Yeah.
present. You know.
And for example, this morning, I was doing exercise in my balcony, and then I was looking around, and I was actually telling thank you to all the trees around, to my house, to this balcony. Like having a balcony itself is luxury in bigger cities. And then I was just sitting in my balcony after finishing my exercise. I was just sitting and I was like, you know, I'm actually enjoying my home because I'm not traveling. And I'm actually enjoying every bit of my house, every corner, nook and corner of my house. I'm so present here in the house. And especially now, my daughter is also not there. So nobody around. So there's nothing, no other focus except me and my house, right? And whatever calls and stuff that I do. But still, by 24 घंटे तो आप calls नहीं कर रहे हो ना. So basically, you're with your house, and then uh, I'm generally a person wherever I be, I like to connect with everything, even otherwise, like not just today, not after healing or anything. Even when I was a kid, I used to love the houses that I've lived in, the different, because we were always on rent. My dad also used to keep moving houses. Then my husband also, we used to keep moving houses. So many houses I've stayed in, different houses. But every house I would have something nice, some nice thing about that house that I would love, and I would just keep adoring that. And I remember even when I was not into healing, I used to just sit and adore the walls of my house, simply the walls of my house. कि कितना सुंदर है ना ये दीवार. Imagine it, तू बेवकूफ है क्या? तू दीवार में क्या सुंदर है? नहीं, इसका रंग बहुत सुंदर है. यहाँ पे ये जो है ना, ये बहुत सुंदर है. So that was my everyday language. Now when I started learning how to connect to lands and places and other things, when I connected to my house that last we stayed, that the energy of the homes are so, like, they are actually, the spirit of the house is so grateful to me, and because I'm so grateful for them always. When I do these journeys of lands and journeys of homes, I realize how much the spirit of the house also is a part of your inner psyche. How much we spread sorrow in the house when we are being sad all the time. How much we spread unhappiness and whatever when we are being that. And when we are being grateful, how much the spirit of the house feels like good. All my life, people, even like literally, even when I was not into healing only last 10 years. But relatives and all, they would come to my house and they'd be like, पता नहीं तेरे घर में बड़ा अच्छा लगता है. I had a very ordinary house, very simple, no much furniture. Like even if you see my house, see, there's nothing. I have zero furniture. I don't even have a sofa in my house. I don't even have a cot. Like I sleep on the floor, bistar bichar, like it's a mattress. So that simple, always my life has been. But the people would come to my house and be like, पता नहीं आपके घर में बहुत अच्छा लगता है. आपके घर में आके घुस के ही बस बहुत अच्छा लगता है. What is that? It is the energy of you that extends into the walls of your home, the place that you live in. And you know, when you have an attitude of gratitude for everything that you have, I would be happy, like if I go to a small mela, मतलब एक वो जो like all kinds of people will come, common exhibition, where there'll be this, what you call that, wheel thing. And तो वहां पे जाके भी I would be like, यार मेरे को ना ये मेले में बहुत मजा आता है. So this childlike excitement of experiencing and enjoying every little thing that shows up is so contagious. It literally, like, as much as sadness and um, unhappiness is contagious, anger is contagious, so is even happiness and excitement and enthusiasm and curiosity, and all of that is also contagious. But what do we want to spread is absolutely a choice that we all can consciously make. If I mean, it's not like, for me by default I'm very childlike. I mean, so much so that everybody says bahut bachpana hai. So that is a different thing, but then everything has its own two sides of the same coin, right? So one side is, yeah, bahut bachpana hai, because I wouldn't think before doing anything. I would just do things and itna sochti nahi hu kuch bhi. So I would put myself into trouble also a lot of times, but that's fine. But the other side of it is this enthusiasm, every day enthusiasm, every day new, every day vibrant, every day uh, enjoying, like, can't stay gloomy and unhappy for a long time. No child can. If you see children, they cannot stay gloomy and unhappy for a long time. Even if they are, unless the elders in the family are very gloomy and unhappy, the children are not like that. The children, they know, they just can sense the vibrations. And if the elders in the family are sorted, happy, doing things, like enjoying things, the children will naturally be happy. You don't have to tell them to do anything or not do anything. They just naturally, progressively, they are very happy. But when the elders in the families are kind of so worked up and all the time thinking and worrying and sad and like all of that, it is really like the children don't have a choice in those areas. They unknowingly pick it all up and then they become that. They become you after some time. They become what the mother is, what the father is, unknowingly. Even though then when they get their own knowing as a teenager, they want to rebel. They don't want to become like the mother. They don't want to become like the father, because there are parts of the mother or the father which they resent. Now that's where the whole conflictual universes begin. But instead of looking at, okay, what's the beauty of each person in the family, and actually teaching and cultivating an atmosphere of learning from each other, the brilliance of each other, instead of trying to correct each other. Now that can be a beautiful practice as family. For me, it was quite natural, because I would mold like a chameleon. Wherever I go, I would just mold myself into that place. It was very easy for me to become anybody. Okay. And so wherever I would go, I would become like those people, and then I would just be one among them. So with children also, I would be like children. With grown-up people, I would just keep quiet if I don't know anything to say. And teenagers, fun parties, I would just have fun with those people also. So this was never a thing in my universe that how do I get along with anybody? I could get along with everybody, like literally everybody. In fact, now I have learned to like kind of not meet too many people and not talk to too many people. Keep my concentration on the more, making priorities and stuff like that. I didn't have priorities before. But then, yes, prioritizing your life and your goals and everything has its own uh, benefit in the long term. That yeah, every day if you're focusing on something that you want to work on and you want to create something, then you have to, that commitment and that consistency is helpful when you want to create something long term. But I don't think there can be any mother who's not consistent. Mother. Because the 10 months that you keep a child in the womb and then the way you take care of a child, it's not possible that you're not consistent. It's not possible. So these are also things that I would say that, you know, labels that people have given to us based on their interpretation of what consistency means and what commitment means. I remember in the book of Susan Jeffers, Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway, she says commitment doesn't mean forever. Commitment means wherever you are 100% there and you're 100% committed to that. That is commitment. And then when you know that, okay, for example, 3 months I worked here and you're going to move out of this place, then commitment would be that make sure that this place functions the way it would function when you're not around, when you are around, even when you're not around. Now that is commitment. Okay. That okay, if when I'm here, I'm contributing this here, I make sure when I'm leaving, all these people will continue to progress in their own way. And the progress doesn't stop because I'm not around. That is commitment. Now, these are so many things which I've read in different books, and they have created so much, they've made so much of a difference in the way I perceive and receive things. Receiving is our, like how Gary Douglas is, receiving is our greatest capacity. And being able to receive each other without judgments is very rare. Is very rare. And those who can are the happiest people. Because they can just receive whoever, whatever. Yesterday I was doing a session for someone and that person was like, you were yawning twice during the session. That means you were not concentrating. I just laughed like this. And she got even more annoyed. I was like, yeah, if I'm if I'm lethargic or if I'm lazy, I will yawn. It is like, it's not about not concentrating on what you're saying. I'm listening to everything that you said and I just repeated what she said like in the last 5 minutes.
This is very funny, ma'am. बहुत हंसी आ रही है आज.
So I realized, and then I said, if you're going to judge me so much, you won't be able to receive anything from me. I'm sorry. You know? Because when you judge other people, you don't receive from them. And like in the entire, say, if 2 hours is the session, if in 2 hours, if I 1 hour, 45 minutes, if I've done like everything that will make your life better, or maybe 1 hour, 50 minutes, and in 10 minutes, if I would have yawned or looked here and there, and where is your focus? Oh my God, you yawned. What are you receiving? What are you receiving? How can you receive what is being gifted in totality when you're all the time judging other people for the smallest things? Isn't that? And that's habit. It's not a person's fault, it's habit. We're all trained that way. And then I said, I'm not making you wrong for that. I said, I really, really care. I hear you. I see where you're coming from. I see your pain. And I acknowledge that. And I really want you to get better. At the same time, You'll be able to receive what I'm saying or giving in totality when you'll not be sitting here to judge me. And if you're sitting here to judge yourself or judge me and compare yourself and compare me or criticize you and me, it's a lost battle. It's a lost game. Everything is, it'll be a waste of time, whatever we are doing here. So that is the beauty, that when people receive in totality anything another person is giving without judging them, that is when you receive in totality. And when I used to do these intro classes of access consciousness, how much are you willing to receive? My how much are you willing to receive classes would be like a like what you can receive, like what you receive from a foundation in just a 2 or 3 hour class, because that much I am that energy, space and consciousness of receiving. I'm open to receive everything, like the ugly, the beautiful, the bad, the good. And so when you're open to receiving everything, does that mean that you don't say no to things? No. You do say no to things. That doesn't mean that you're not receiving. You say no to things that are not uh, contributing to you or them in any form or manner. If somebody is talking something which is absolutely not contributing, then simply sitting and listening to them would be like encouraging them to be who they are being. But then when you stop that and you say, okay, fine. I mean, you have to tell them that what you're saying is not contributing. But you can always have your own ways to stop people from doing things which are not contributing, neither to you nor them. Now that is truly empowering people. And if we are all working to empower people and empower ourselves, we also have to say no to ourselves when we are doing things which are not contributing. We have to learn to tell ourselves that, remind ourselves that, okay, what am I doing right now? Is this contributing? Is this fun? If it's not fun, if it's not contributing, what's making me do this? And what's making me do this? And then after that, of course, whatever awareness you get, you can work on that. And then change. Change is the only constant. And change is the only thing that can actually help you progress. There cannot be progress without change. Absolutely no progress without change. So willingness to change is so important. So pick up one thing for today. We're going to just end now because we're already an hour here. It's 7:37. So just like last 3 minutes, because by now all of you must be doing Soul Temple every day. I don't want to do Soul Temple every day. The thing is, one thing that you're unwilling to change, which you're just unwilling to change. It can be anything that comes to your mind right now. Pick up that one thing that you're unwilling to change and look at it. Just look at it. What am I unwilling to change? Cool. So, what am I unwilling to change? Whatever you get, start saying that, like that is my soul's temple. Okay, my unwillingness to change dash is my soul's temple. My unwillingness to change dash is my soul's temple. My unwillingness to change dash is my soul's temple. My unwillingness to change dash is my soul's temple. My unwillingness to change dash is my soul's temple. My unwillingness to change dash is my soul's temple. My unwillingness to change dash is my soul's temple. My unwillingness to change dash is my soul's temple. My unwillingness to change dash is my soul's temple. My unwillingness to change dash is my soul's temple. My unwillingness to change dash is my soul's temple. My need to remain uh, remain in that whatever dash is my soul's temple. My need to remain in the same dash is my soul's temple. My need to remain in the same dash is my soul's temple. My need to remain in the same dash is my soul's temple. My need to remain in the same dash is my soul's temple. My need to remain in the same dash is my soul's temple. My need to remain in the same dash is my soul's temple. My need to remain in the same dash is my soul's temple. My need to remain in the same dash is my soul's temple. My need to remain in the same dash is my soul's temple. My need to remain in the same dash is my soul's temple. My resistance to let go dash and change and choose greater is my soul's temple. My resistance to let go of dash and change and choose greater is my soul's temple. My resistance to let go of dash and change and choose greater is my soul's temple. My resistance to let go of dash and change and choose greater is my soul's temple. My resistance to let go of dash and change and choose greater is my soul's temple. My resistance to let go of dash and change and choose greater is my soul's temple. My resistance to let go of dash and change and choose greater is my soul's temple. My resistance to let go of dash and change and choose greater is my soul's temple. My resistance to let go of dash and change and choose greater is my soul's temple. My resistance to let go of dash and change and choose greater is my soul's temple. My resistance to let go of dash and change and choose greater is my soul's temple. My secret agendas in maintaining dash is my soul's temple. My secret agendas behind maintaining dash is my soul's temple. My secret agendas behind maintaining dash is my soul's temple. My secret agenda behind maintaining dash is my soul's temple. My secret agenda behind maintaining dash is my soul's temple. My secret agenda behind maintaining dash is my soul's temple. My secret agenda behind maintaining dash is my soul's temple. My secret agenda behind maintaining dash is my soul's temple. My secret agenda behind maintaining dash is my soul's temple. My secret agenda behind maintaining dash is my soul's temple. My secret agenda behind maintaining dash is my soul's temple. Okay. The benefit I receive from maintaining dash is my soul's temple. The benefit I receive from maintaining dash is my soul's temple. The benefit I receive from maintaining dash is my soul's temple. The benefit I receive from maintaining dash is my soul's temple. The benefit I receive from maintaining dash is my soul's temple. The benefit I receive from maintaining dash is my soul's temple. The benefit I receive from maintaining dash is my soul's temple. The benefit I receive from maintaining dash is my soul's temple. The benefit I receive from maintaining dash is my soul's temple. The benefit I receive from maintaining dash is my soul's temple. The benefit I receive from maintaining dash is my soul's temple. My need to get the benefit only in this way is my soul's temple. My need to get this benefit only in this way is my soul's temple. My need to get this benefit only in this way is my soul's temple. My need to get this benefit only in this way is my soul's temple. My need to get this benefit only in this way is my soul's temple. My need to get this benefit only in this way is my soul's temple. My need to get this benefit only in this way is my soul's temple. My need to get this benefit only in this way is my soul's temple. My need to get this benefit only in this way is my soul's temple. My need to get this benefit only in this way is my soul's temple. My need to get this benefit only in this way is my soul's temple. My resistance to get the benefit that I desire in any which way it comes is my soul's temple. My resistance to get the benefit that I to reap the my resistance to reap the benefit I get from maintaining dash in any which way is my soul's temple. My resistance to reap the benefit of maintaining dash in any other way is my soul's temple. My resistance to reap the benefit of maintaining dash in any other way is my soul's temple. My resistance to reap the benefit of maintaining dash in any other way is my soul's temple. My resistance to reap the benefit of maintaining dash in any other way is my soul's temple. My resistance to reap the benefit of maintaining dash in any other way is my soul's temple. My resistance to reap the benefit of maintaining dash in any other way is my soul's temple. My resistance to reap the benefit of maintaining dash in any other way is my soul's temple. My resistance to reap the benefit of maintaining dash in any other way is my soul's temple. My resistance to reap the benefit of maintaining dash in any other way is my soul's temple. Finally, being open and willing to change dash is my soul's temple. Being open and willing to change dash is my soul's temple. Being open and willing to change dash is my soul's temple. Being open and willing to change dash is my soul's temple. Being open and willing to change dash is my soul's temple. Being open and willing to change dash is my soul's temple. Being open and willing to change dash is my soul's temple. Being open and willing to change dash is my soul's temple. Being open and willing to change dash is my soul's temple. Being open and willing to change dash is my soul's temple. Being open and willing to change dash is my soul's temple. Cool. Did anything shift for anybody? Or did like you get some difference?
At least realize where I'm stuck.
Okay.
Like one thing you said, so it just showed up. Willing to change.
Perfect. Cool. Because when you change that, what will be the advantage? We have no idea because we are holding on to something that is limited.
So I feel I would openly say that my rigidity is my problem. I like things my own way. I'm very rigid about shifting, moving my own ideas, you know. So
Right.
now at the same time, I'm also asking for a free flow of world, you know. Like so the contrast has been there always. Now I have to make a choice.
Yeah.
I like the freedom. I like to do things random and you know, like spontaneous. But at the same time, I'm stuck somewhere in my rigidity, my pattern.
Right. And
So
yeah, it's perfect. Once you identify, it will change. Simple.
yeah, so I just want more fun in life, more happiness, just free flowing, and so let go of the rigidity.
Yes. And that rigidity gets settled in your bones.
Yeah, I have a lot of bone problem, my knee problems and everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See?
I don't know where it's coming from. I'm a fun-loving person. I can still walk if you give me 1 hour, 2 hours of walk. I mean, there was a time when out of craziness, I used to walk from Juhu to Bandra. It's about 6
Yeah.
kilometers.
So that's what, like, when you become rigid, right? It settles in your bones, and that brings arthritis, that brings bone issues, spine
I have a
issues.
knee problem I developed with that. And people tell me,
Knees are about unwillingness to change.
oh, oh,
Knee is about change. If
and
you're
I'm
if you're
very,
constantly changing, your knees will never pain.
okay, great.
So as per radical healing. So, and I have seen it with a lot of people. Why after old age we start getting knee pains? Because we become rigid after old age. That I don't want to change after now, and that's where the knee pains begin.
Now, I think my rigidity also comes from my perfectionism, which
Yeah,
helps
I mean
me.
reasons can be various,
Okay.
but what I'm
So,
saying is the unwillingness to change will hit the knees.
okay, okay.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you. And
and
I was wondering, it's not coming from my mother, like it's my mom, dad, they never had any knee problem, at the late age of 80 plus.
maybe
Never,
they
never.
were willing to change.
But Vanna ji, your Souls Temple you gave us in the chakra class,
Yeah.
that was related to the old pattern. It had two more lines connected in the Souls Temple. उसमें लिखा था that वो knees problem के लिए था, and I did this, and I had this problem since I think around 10 years,
Oh,
and it had healed. अभी मैं कह सकती हूँ सिर्फ 10-20% होगा, और अब मुझे थोड़ा समझ आ रहा है कि I am unwilling to change in so many things, because मुझे लगता है मेरी प्रॉब्लम शायद तो मुझे उस पे work करना चाहिए. मतलब अब मुझे आपने जब बोला unwillingness to change, तो suddenly some things came into my mind कि हाँ, this is what I'm rigid about, a few things that I do. I tell myself I will not do this. And now I feel that yes, we should be flexible to and receptive for so many things which we are not.
yeah. And that's the next step for your knee, because you're doing Soul Simple for your knees. And if only 10-20% is left, this is the next step.
Yeah.
Now, when we are doing some healing for something, automatically the next step will show up.
Sure, right.
And once you get aware, oh, okay, this is the next step, so let me do it and completely help, heal the knee pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And
thanks.
I actually, Sheetal, if you were there in some chakra workshop before,
Yeah.
I have lost all my WhatsApp data and stuff. If you have any of those templates, just forward them to me.
The one which I attended, I have all of them. I have made a group for myself for Souls Temple, and I put all my whatever I get from anywhere I put
So
there.
kindly, you know what, you can email that to me or WhatsApp that to me, whatever.
I'll do that. I'll do that definitely.
Because
Vandana, can you share some with us till we do your next
chakra
class?
system.
Yeah, yeah. Because my knee should be right, but I need to be flexible by then.
When I did this chakra class, I had no idea, just no idea at all, and I used to sit there and I just used to blah blah whatever Vanna ji
I'm
said,
saying.
I just used to repeat this, and I had no idea about chakras and nothing doing, and every time I used to say, अच्छा ये ऐसे होता है, इसका ये effect होता है, मुझे तो पता ही नहीं था. But then I really felt that it brings a lot of change in you,
It
and
does.
उस समय नहीं पता लगता इतना, उस समय तो मुझे लगता है कि क्लास हुई हो गई मतलब. But then you used to tell us to do the affirmation for 1 week. I used to do it for the whole week. और मुझे लगता था पता नहीं इससे क्या होएगा. लेकिन फिर भी मैं करती रहती थी. But then I started seeing changes in my own self. मेरे मतलब the way I used to receive things changed basically.
Yeah.
And that changed my life because जो चीजें बुरी लगती थी ना वो बुरी लगनी बंद हो गई.
Yeah. It elevates your level of consciousness more than anything else.
Yeah.
And because you're going from root to crown and then back to root. One cycle. Now
Yeah.
imagine I've done 4 cycles already while facilitating. How much it has changed my space, there is nobody has any idea.
True.
So yeah, I mean, I honestly, I do all of this for myself. It's the other people who benefit is a byproduct of me doing things for myself. And if all of us could be like this, right? That I'm doing everything for myself and everybody else benefits on their own. So that can be like such a fun way to contribute. You know, it's including you in the contribution and including you in everything that you're being and doing. For a very long time in my life, I never knew what truly inclusion means. I thought oneness means sabke liye sab karna hai. But I always used to exclude me in it. And then when I learned access consciousness, and then I even heard the word inclusion actually. I hadn't heard it before access consciousness. I never knew there's something called including everything without judgment. I used to include everybody in my life. And I was not a very judgmental person before also. But I used to judge myself a lot. So that is kind of excluding. And so that used to be really painful for me.
And this is what I used to do actually, and I really didn't know. For everything and anything would happen, I would blame myself. Even if the other person is sad, I would think कि ये मैंने
मैंने
जरूर
ही
कुछ
किया है।
गलत किया होगा कि वो बेचारा परेशान हो गया है, and मतलब मैं पूरी एनर्जी उसमें लगा देती थी मैंने क्या गलत किया है.
Exactly.
And now it's like अगर वो परेशान है तो there must be something wrong in his own space. It's okay.
Yeah.
Let's give time to that person. I mean, this is
Yeah.
how I. So you know, I've stopped blaming myself for everything. I used to blame everything. और even मतलब अगर मेड को भी कुछ हो गया ना तो मुझे लगता था जरूर ये मेरे से परेशान है या मैंने कुछ गलत बोल दिया.
वो सेल्फ इम्पोर्टेंस कुछ अलग लेवल पे था. सब मैं ही करती हूँ.
नहीं करती, मेरी क्वेश्चन है.
मतलब गली में अगर कोई कुत्ते को चोट लगी है मैंने ही कुछ किया होगा.
अरे you know, एक बार एक कैट हमारी छत से पता नहीं वो एकदम भागी और वो नीचे जैसे गई तो उसको कोई मतलब पता नहीं डॉग था क्या था उसने उसको वहां पे मार दिया. एंड लिटरली मुझे ये दिमाग में आया क्योंकि मैंने दरवाजा खोला और ये भागी यहाँ से तो देखो ये बेचारी का मैंने यहाँ क्यों आई.
Like this is humanoid, right? Typical.
Yeah.
But yeah, I so get it because I still most of the times feel like that. अभी भी लगता है मुझे बहुत बार.
But I think abhi last 1.5 years after doing the class and I also did access bars. So it changed the way I think I take my life and I think that really helps.
Yeah, it does. And access is amazing. I mean, at least bars class तो bars class और foundation I think. मुझे लगता है कि ये दो classes तो हर इंसान को एक बार life में कर लेनी चाहिए.
I am now targeting for foundation, but I'm telling myself कि ये तेरे को choose करना है and the ways will come out on their own.
Where do you live? I mean,
I live in Delhi.
Oh, in Delhi. Okay. With whom you did bars? In Delhi.
Shri Damle.
Acha, Shri Damle. Okay. So many amazing facilitators, in all the cities in India actually, not just one, but yeah. So very cool. I mean, yeah, these are the things which we must, kind of be willing.
Yeah.
Be willing to choose. It is totally worth every single penny that you have invested into these classes. It's brilliant. Like my life completely changed and shifted by doing these classes. Like really. Yeah, I mean, you have to, like I said in the beginning only, be aware of what feels like to your body. Because of course there are like 1,000 classes. You can't do everything. But yeah. What is going to be contributing to me? What is going to work for me? What is going to work in my favor? And what am I investing money for? For myself, right? For my own well-being. And when my well-being is enhanced, automatically my surroundings well-being is enhanced. So it's like an investment which is always paying returns. There is not one return of investment. It's like an investment which has returns for life. Provided, yeah, you do it like how you said, Sheetal, कि मैंने किया, समझ आया या नहीं किया, मैंने रोज सोल सिंपल किया. Now that is important. करना important. That's the thing. Everyday practice of anything is so important. So thank you, people, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you, Vandana.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Dee.